playing small. It's time for you to play big. Show up in a mighty way. Show up in a big way. With all your broken pieces, show up. Come on. That's what makes you different. That's what makes you extraordinary. Huh? You were an ordinary glass that came in a 12-pack, looked like everybody else, sound like everybody else, doing what everybody else is doing. You got the same look, you got the same flair, you got the same flavor. We trying to follow people on TV. We trying to follow their fashion, follow their fad, follow everything they doing. God said, stop that. David said, I'm going to show up. Woo! I'm going to show up with my 5 smooth stones and my slingshot. And he goes from obscure to noticed. And it says quickly. Verse 48, y'all jump down. It said he moved quickly. When his father, I told y'all I was going to park right there. When his father told him to leave with the sandwiches, it said he went quickly. Early in the morning, he rose up and he went quickly. When it came for him to meet the challenge of Goliath, who he knew was bigger than him, he knew he had more armor than him, he knew his sword was sharper than his, because David in here, he knew all of the opposition, he knew all of the obstacles, he knew all of the challenges he was going to face. But guess what? It said, and David moved quickly. I'm talking to you, my leaders, my game changers. All of you people that are on here with me tonight, I know many of you are. You're leaders in your own right. You're great in your own right. You've done some awesome things. But I'm telling you right now, there's some things that God is laying on your heart. There's things that God said he wants you to do. He wants you to play bigger than you've ever played before. And God said, I need you to move on it quickly. I've heard this in some class that I've been in, so I can't take credit for it. But I'm going to say it. Better is done is better than perfect. Some of you are trying to wait to do something and you want to be perfect at it. No, God said done is better than perfect. Do it. Get it done. Do it now. Move quickly in it. If you feel God is pulling on your heart, that God is bringing you to the forefront, that God is taking you to another level, that God is asking you to meet a new challenge, that God is telling you to come and play the game in a bigger and a greater way, it's time for you to come off the bench. You've been sitting on a bench too long now. You've been doing what's comfortable for you. You've been doing what's been ordinary for you. You've been doing ordinary so long you look ordinary. You sound ordinary. You do things ordinary. God said, no, it's time for you. You've been broken now. I've done some things in your life. I've brought some things. I've allowed some things to happen. I've had some people leave you. I've had some people betray you. I've had some people walk off from you. I've had them steal from you. I've had people talk about you, lie on you. I've had people stab you in the back. I've had your business go under. I've had things happen. I've had bills mount up against you. I've allowed all of this to happen so that you can be broken, so that I can get something better out of your life. Oh my God. God said I was tired of playing on the level we were playing on. And so I had to do something that would have provoked you to move to your greater, to move to your next, to move to your better. David had to be shifted from the shepherd field to getting on the battlefield. David had no clue in mind that he would be the champion over the giant Goliath. He didn't wake up that morning with that in mind. He didn't wake up that morning thinking that today was his day to be great. He just was being David. Huh? Who? That's be you. God said, I like you just like you are. If you want to do something, get closer to God. If you want to do something, spend more time with God. If you want to do something, get in his presence, get in his face. God said, just be you. Just be you. And I will create a day, right? We talked about that earlier. This is the day that the Lord has made. There is a day, a time, an hour that God has made with your name on it. And if you're in the right place, at the right time, in the right position, humble heart, ready, get all your paperwork ready. Get all your business ready. Get all the things that you feel God is talking to you in your heart. Be ready. Don't let opportunity come to get ready. Be ready. Because I promise you, God is going to create a day. For this is the day the Lord has made. David, that day was made for David to shine. That day was made for David to glow. That day was made for David to shift from the shepherd field into the king's palace. That day was created. That day was made for David. Somebody type in a day that is made just for me. A day that is made just for me. When you wake up, you'll have no clue that by 12 noon, God got something big for you to walk into. You'll have no clue when you wake up that by 3 p.m., God got a big door waiting just for you to walk in. You'll have no clue that by 5 p.m. you'll get a call that'll change your very life. You'll have no clue, but you'll wake up just being you with my 5 smooth stones and my slingshot. There's a day made with your name on it. And there'll be somebody that will show up on your day to give you what God has for you. It was a day for David. It was made for him. And he showed up in a big way. And if David had listened to Eliab and just got his feelings hurt, I want to talk to us about getting out there and just say, oh, well, my oldest brother feel like I shouldn't be here and feel like I should just go home. Let me just go back. Or maybe I'm not ready. Maybe I shouldn't be here. Maybe I am trying to play too big. Maybe I'm trying to do too much. Maybe I am trying to be more than what. Stop that! The enemy wants you to go back home. The enemy wants you to keep playing small. Right? Or somebody else will come and tell you the realities. The reality is, like Saul said, you're too young. You're a young boy. And this giant, this warrior, he's been training for battle since he was a youth. That is a reality. And there are some things that people will remind you of in your life. And guess what? They will be realities. They will be things that you did. There will be failures that you had. There will be things that you have not accomplished. There will be realities. But you can't let that stop you, block you from the moment and being ready for when God enlarges your territory. I don't know. Well, I ain't even gonna go into Jabez with that. Right? So don't let that distract you. Don't let that sidetrack you. You just keep writing. You just keep preparing. You just keep getting ready. You just keep staying at the feet of Jesus. You keep listening to what he has to say. You keep meditating on his word day and night. You keep reading the book of Proverbs that teaches you about getting wisdom and understanding and how to run business and how to be a good steward and how to be, a follower of instruction and not a fool, but wise. Yes. And then the last thing, move quickly. Use what you already have. And guess what? Y'all know how the story ends. David winds up killing Goliath with his first shot. Woo! With his first shot. He didn't even have to exert himself. He didn't even have to work hard at it. When God is in it, you don't have to work hard at it. I'm going to say it again. When God is in it, you don't have to work hard at it. Yes. That's why we use the word hustling. You don't have to hustle. And so David goes from playing small in the shepherd field to in one day playing so big that he becomes noticed not only by the people, by the army, by all the warriors. Now he's known amongst the Philistines. He's known amongst the enemies. But now he's known in the mind of the king. And matter of fact, y'all know how the story goes. It said, Saul kills thousands, but David kills tens of thousands. David just showed up. Didn't have no clue he was going to start playing in a big way. David was a world changer that day. David was an agent of change. He was the carrier of the solution for a big problem. But I'm letting you know, God said he's got more for you. He wants you to show up in a mighty way, a big way, in a greater way, in a better way. And yeah, you might say, well, whoo, that thing is big. That's like a Goliath to me. I don't know how to do that. I don't even know how to start that. I don't even know where to even begin with that. God said it's all right. Use what you got, and I'll do the rest. David swung that slingshot, pulled it back, threw the stone. In the name of the Lord, I come unto you. So I don't care how big the challenge is. If God has laid it on your heart, it's probably really big. And guess what? It's probably very scary for you. But guess who it does not scare? It does not scare God. It does not scare him. He says, oh, you're ready. And you're qualified. I'm going to show you where to go, who to call, what to do. I'm going to show you. I'm going to order your footsteps. The steps of a good man, they are ordered by God. Yes. He said, if you acknowledge me in all your ways, I will. Not maybe. Not possibly. He said, if you acknowledge me in all your ways, I will direct your path. You're going out, you're coming in. God knows you're scary. God knows you don't have no clue what to do next. That's where our dependency on him comes in. I'm not working under God. I'm not working over God. I'm not working for God. I'm working with God. Oh my. Thank you, Lord. And so, I'm excited for you, each and every one of you, for where God is about to take you and what God is about to do in you and through you and for you. Not only for you, but for your family. That you would leave a legacy of the Lord's doings in your life. Look at what the Lord has done. It is marvelous in our eyes. Yes? And so, I challenge you. It's time to come from playing small. And I know many of you feel the rumbling in your belly. That I don't want to keep playing small. Even though other people think I'm playing big. But I know that there's something bigger. And I'm ready. I'm ready to meet Goliath. I'm ready to go quickly toward him. Time is of the essence. Now is the time. Today is the day. God, what is it that you want to do next? We're teaming up with God. God wants to use you in a big way. And you can bring the kingdom to the marketplace. You can bring the kingdom to the masses. You can bring the kingdom to where they are. I'm talking to you.